So what we have here is Smaller and Smaller Circles by F.H. Batacan. So here's the book. Um, this is a story about this is a who done it novel. So we are going to follow the story of two priests, namely Gus Saenz and Jerome Lucero. So they are priests, but the tone of the story, if you read or watch several detectives, novels, and shows that has a similar tone to it. So it is a unique take because in order for the character to be able to work on crime scene, we have uh, I think one of the priests, Gus Saenz. So he is a forensic pathologist. So that is why he is working on crime scenes. So again, I don't want to get too far, but this is a whodunit novel. So these are the main characters. So there is a movie, and they are the starting characters. And so you have two priests who are following a case, who is following a trail of serial, um, a trail of murder. So there were in this small city in Manila. So there were boys were being killed. So ages um, 10 to 15 years old, they were being killed. And when the story started, we are at probably around 6th or 7th. So they are working on the case 6th or 7th. So you can see that our main characters are looking for the culprit. So they are looking for the culprit, they are looking for the killer in order to bring some justice. That is one. And number two, the most um, important one is to prevent another death. So the victims are 10 to 15 years old boys, and our priests are going to go and search for that killer. So the tone of the novel, it is thriller, it is suspense. There were times where it has a dark tone. Um, but it's not exactly one of those stories that will keep you at the edge of your seat and you're going to turn on the next page to see what happened next. So I mean, it is exciting, but um, it's not action packed. Okay, so that's it. I'm not going to spoil anything as usual. Uh, so it is set in Manila, and we have our two priests. That's another one criticism I have for this novel. So our main characters are priests. So, but throughout the novel, we never saw, we never read a section, a paragraph of them performing a mass, performing a counseling, performing a teaching. So their jobs as a priest, it became a background. It became an afterthought on the story. So I don't understand why the author chose our characters to be praised. Now, it's important to note that at the first chapter, our main character, one of the priests was accused of sexual, um, uh, sexual misconduct. So our main character is following one of his colleagues. So he wanted justice. So maybe um, that is one angle that made um, that fit the position of the priest. But again, they can have a different occupation. Our main character can have any job, and the story will still stay the same. So I think they are praised for the social commentary, and it is chunk. This novel has a lot of it. So again, this is set in Manila, in Payatas. So one of the things I love about this writing is the detailed description. So it feels vivid, and I feel like I am inside the story. So it is set in Payatas. The author described poverty and corruption. So they were working with our priests, or working with the authorities, with NBI, with the police. So the NBI, the police, they have their own interest. So they wanted to be promoted, and in order to advance their career, they are somehow sabotaging the case. And another one, you have two priests going to enter the case. So you can assume that these NBI agents, this attorney, is going to be uh, against our main characters, because they are not part of the police, they are not part of the NBI, so they don't like priests doing their job. So that's one of the tone of this story. So there is going to be a clash on it. So while our main characters are working on the case, they cannot advance the case, because the agent, the police authority, they have their own vested interests that they are looking after. Again, there is a lot of social commentary on this book. So at the start of the chapter, um, sexual misconduct, sexual harassment, it is one of the theme of this novel. I forgot to mention that the killing. So let's go back to the killing. So at the first chapter, it's going to make you hold your breath, because the killing is the murder is depicted and it is described. So it sets I like to say it sets the tone, but over time, over the mid book to the last part, um, the effect of that book, the effect of the story dwindle. So you are engaged, you feel that heavy and dark presence on the first chapter, because you are going to follow the evidence. But to the last chapters, it feels a little rush, the or the tone of the story change a little bit. So again, the killing is a little grotesque. Um, it's a little, it's grotesque. It's brutal. So the author described that. But if you read suspense, if you read thriller, if you watch detective shows before, so I don't think it's going to you're going to feel any different. So that's it. Again, my only criticism is the occupation of our main characters and um, why their job are not described in the book. So we do not see them. We do not see the priest doing counseling, performing a mass at the church. So all throughout the book, they are doing the case. Now, they are teaching, but it is an afterthought. So, for example, the author will describe after he graded his students, he went to the laboratory to do the case. So, after that one sentence, we get to have a feel. That's how our main character spent his day, teaching, counseling, and grading his students. So, but we never see him interact inside a classroom with his students or performing a mass. So, the priests, it, the occupation, it can be changed and the story will still be the same. But again, the social commentary is important. So there is I think some of the authors wanted to send a message to its reader and how corporations, organizations, the church is covering up some of their scandals. So that is one thing this book talk about. Um, Out of 10, I would give this an 8. So I like it. I am engaged and it is really um, I like the story. So FH Batacan, smaller and smaller circles. So I wish that FH Batacan, I haven't Google yet, but this is a crime book and I hope that FH Batacan continue writing and she writes her next book and I will definitely read it. I was hesitant when I saw this. I like um, the premise, but when I picked this, it is paperback, and I used to read it back in the day. I used to read this kind of book, but I don't know. Maybe with age, I want bigger texts and larger book. So I don't mind. I still read this kind of size in a book. Anyway, that's it.